Hey Scruffy, how you doing? Oh, it's a lot of meow. Okay, so I've been in the kitchen most of the day, so I've been watching Scruffy sleep on the table. So I know he's had a busy day sleeping. And let's see, so I have his brand new can of cat food. It's the meaty pate with real chicken and tuna and kibble. Yeah, you like the real chicken and tuna. Not as much as the smelly fish, but I don't have that anymore. Okay, and I think I see a tuft of fur that's falling off, so I think Scruffy might be shedding. Okay, so brought out the water earlier today, so I just need to get the food. Okay. Food on the table. Get the glove on. Sit in the chair. So we're a little earlier today. So maybe Scruffy isn't as hungry right now. So he's not as motivated. So I need to cook a brand new batch of vegetable soup today. So I've been in the kitchen pretty much most of the afternoon. So I started like right after lunch. I've been peeling and chopping vegetables for hours and hours. So, very boring day. I think I went slower today for some reason. Not sure why it took me so much longer today. I think so. I guess there was. So one thing I did differently was I spent more time peeling the garlic. Last time I left more of the paper skin on the garlic, and it kind of worked. Most of the paper skin dissolved, but a little bit did not, and so I need to find the balance of peeling the worst parts of the paper skin and then leaving the not so bad parts. But yeah, today I ended up peeling pretty much all of it, so it took me a lot longer. I probably should have did the shortcut. And then I had from the last vat that I made, I actually had some leftover potatoes and carrots. So I actually wanted to finish those up. So some more things to chop up. And then the bag I bought of onions is actually the same bag I bought from last time as well. So I finished up that bag. Although I noticed there was a mold growing on parts of the onions. So I had to chop off a bunch of the vegetables that weren't good, or a bunch of the onions that weren't good anymore. And then I bought a new bag of celery the other day. I guess it was yesterday. Already losing track of time. Yeah, you grab the glove there. And let's see what else. Yes, I mentioned yesterday I wasn't able to get my normal bag of mixed vegetables. They didn't have it in the store anymore. I'm guessing it's a supply problem. So I ended up using a substitute of peas and carrots and a little bit of corn. But with all these new extra vegetables and substitutions, yeah, the pot's actually fuller than before. I'm not sure, so I haven't added the last broccoli. Because the last thing I need to add is broccoli, and it's pretty close to the top already. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to fit everything. So unfortunately, yeah, I started kind of late. I decided, yeah. So by the time I finished chopping vegetables, I was seeing it was already getting late afternoon, and I wanted to go for a walk. But I didn't want to leave the stove on while I was out of the house. I didn't want to burn down the house. So I didn't actually start cooking anything until I got back from my walk. And so I just started cooking it maybe an hour ago. But problem I had last time was I scorched the pot pretty badly last time. It took me a week to get the scorched tomato sauce off the bottom of the pot. It was a lot of work. And I actually used the diffuser, so I was surprised that I still managed to scorch the pot. And I don't think I turned on the heat that high. Yeah, I think I left it under halfway. And for most of the time it was on a lower setting. So my guess was I used maybe... I did use the bigger burner, and so I'm thinking maybe I need to use the smallest burner. And so I'm using the smallest burner right now, and it's taking a while to heat up the pot. So I don't think my dinner's going to be ready anytime soon. I might have to find something else to eat, since it may not be done until later tonight. So it's cooking right now. So I have a lot of dishes I gotta clean. So I can do that after I'm done feeding Scruffy, and that will take a little more time. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna help much for waiting. I think I'm gonna need kill a lot more time before my food's ready, because I haven't even put in the broccoli yet. But the broccoli cooks the fastest. I'm using the frozen broccoli. So basically I just need to get it kind of warm. So the broccoli, if you cook it too long, it gets all kind of wilty and yellow or brown or desaturated, maybe it's a better term. Or just saturated. It loses its green vibrancy. So I had the tendency of cooking it too long, so that's why I'm waiting to put it in. Okay, I think it's about food time. Think so? Scruffy, ready for food? Yeah. Okay, let's get food. Okay, so I'm gonna put the food down. And I'm gonna pick up the brush. And we've been having a hard time with the brush recently. So maybe he doesn't like me going down. So he seems to be okay with me going back this way. So maybe if I just go this direction, he'll be happier. Okay, I'm done. So I have a lot of footage of Scruffy sleeping today, I think, on the table. So let's see, this morning, actually the first time I saw him, it looked like he just jumped up, or maybe not just jumped up on the table. He was making biscuits on the table, on the white comforter, but by the time I got my camera, he was already asleep. And then I think, yeah, so at lunchtime, he disappeared. So I brought out his water and actually accidentally spilled it, but there was still enough water in there. Good enough, as he never drinks all the water I give him. And I'm looking at it right now, and yeah, there's still water in there. But yeah, he didn't show up. I looked around and couldn't figure out where he was, so I think he was hiding from me again. And so I closed up the door, closed the blinds, and then I think within a minute, yeah, maybe a minute later, I looked out the window and he was drinking the water. So yeah, he was waiting for me to go back in again. So yeah, a few days ago, if you recall, I tricked him accidentally. So I was going to go back in, and then at the last second, I decided I wanted to move the scratcher back under the overhang here, because it was kind of out in the open, and we had a little bit of rain not long ago, and then the sun's been coming out, so one of the elements is gonna get it if I don't bring it in. And so I start walking over there. So I close the door behind me instead of going back in, and then I start walking over there, and then he suddenly popped around the corner, and then he was surprised to see me, and he stopped. So yeah, he's waiting for me to go back in, and I tricked him because he thought I had gone back in. So this time, when I closed the door, I did actually stand there for a little bit just to see if maybe he would come. And I didn't see him, so then I closed up the blinds. But then a minute later, I went to the window, and then he was finally visible. And then, yeah, most of the rest of the afternoon, I think, yeah, he was back on the table, sleeping. And I was basically watching him most of the afternoon since I was in the kitchen, chopping vegetables, being bored out of my mind. And then I went for a walk. Let's see. Yeah, there are a lot of people out today. No, compared to the prior days. I think the weather was actually nicer yesterday, but yeah, there were more people out today for whatever reason. I saw the Porch Cat when I was going to the park. I actually saw the Porch Cat yesterday. I didn't have my camera, but yeah. So the Porch Cat was there when I went to the park, and then when I was coming back after my run, the Porch Cat was actually leaving the porch and was crossing the street, and actually went into the house's driveway across the street, and then hid under some cars. So I don't know where exactly the Porch Cat was heading, but I'm guessing it was probably right after the Porch Cat was fed. And I don't know. Part of me wonders if maybe there are multiple neighbors that feed the Porch Cat, and the Porch Cat has a system down, gets the first dinner, and then moves on to the next house. But I always see the Porch Cat, usually hanging out on that same porch, so I kind of presume it's mostly that house that feeds it. I actually kind of, I don't know if anyone else feeds it or not. And then let's see. Yeah, yesterday I saw one of the twins. Yeah, I didn't get any footage, I think. And then let's see. Oh, on my way back today, I saw the friendly cat's pal, the black and white cat. It was hanging out under a car. I decided to squat down and film it, and cat didn't seem to mind too much, so just stayed there. And then finally, I saw Boots. He was rolling around in the dirt. I'm guessing it was a dust bath. Fortunately, it looked like he was just finishing, so by the time I got my camera out and going, yeah, he had already stopped, and he was starting to walk away from the dust or the dirt, and I think he was going to cross the street in my direction, and then he saw me, and then he thought twice about it, and then decided to turn around and go a different direction. So but yeah, Boots is all over the place. Because I think the last time I saw him, he was the other side of the neighborhood, close to the park. So I counted how many bananas I have left, and since I wasn't able to, they didn't have any yesterday at the store. Yeah, realizing I don't really feel like going to the store too soon, just because I got other things I got to do. And I generally hate going to the store, so I'm gonna have to ration my bananas. But I need to get gas too, so I'm thinking maybe when I go out to get gas, maybe I'll buy some bananas at the same time. but I think I'm gonna try to put off gas a little bit longer. I hope I don't have any like major emergencies where I'm gonna regret not filling up. So I have one emergency can of gas, but my gas tanks are getting close to empty in my car. And then I actually have another canister that I haven't filled. Okay, folks, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.